Thank you, Deputy Speaker. And first, I must commend the member for Right and all speakers on this motion. It is a very important one, and I will talk briefly about sport, the importance it plays in the workplace for health and mental health, also in my community in Casey. But I do have to commend the member for Ford for his words, and it was a truly outrageous decision on the penalty today. But he is modest. His efforts in goal during the penalty shootout to lead the yellow team, our team, to victory at the end there was heroic and brought back memories of the Australian World Cup qualifiers. So congratulations to the member for Ford for that amazing effort. But Deputy Speaker, that is one of the reasons I want to talk about Andy Turnbull and the Australian Parliamentary House Sports Club and the important role that it plays here. As a new member of this parliament, it's a big place. There's a lot happens. There's a lot to learn. But sport and the Parliamentary Club has been a great way to get to know my colleagues on this side of the House, and importantly my colleagues on the other side of the House. And that leads to better decision making, better collaboration. And yes, we're going to have disagreements on policy, and question time is always very robust, but it's important that we're representing our constituents and maintaining strong relationships across the aisle and with our colleagues. And I've found sport has been a great way to make new friends and meet new people in this new workplace. And very importantly, it has played a great role in ensuring we spend a lot of hours in this House talking, debating, making decisions, but to have that release from a physical and a mental health perspective is really important. I've found it a great part of my routine here in Canberra, and it's a reminder not just for parliamentarians but for all Australians to make sure that you are spending time getting your exercise, spending time with sport or running or whatever exercise you need to look after your mental and physical health. In Casey, in my electorate, sport is a big part of our electorate. It's been a big part of my life, as I talked about in my maiden speech, playing for many soccer clubs, football clubs and cricket clubs, and making lifelong friendships. And it's something that I'll always make sure I'm back in the sporting clubs in Casey. And we're heading into, we had the first week of cricket finals this week in Casey, so there's tensions are high. Some local teams beat other local teams, so I'm being very bipartisan. I'm not supporting anyone, although I do have to give one very special shout out to a good friend of mine, a former premiership teammate, a man that's a legend in many ways in Yarra Valley cricket. The great Matthew Tilney is still rolling the arm over, still batting. He made 53 not out and got 2 for 21 on the weekend to lead the Seville Boroughs to their grand final next weekend. So it's great to see that Matty is still making runs and taking wickets. Maybe not terrorising batsmen like he used to, but relying on the guile that comes with old age and wisdom to get those wickets. We've also got football, soccer and netball about to start. I know the players are deep in pre-season for all those sports. Practice matches have started. It's exciting to see the optimism that all local clubs have at this time of year. Recruits are going to be superstars. Everyone is excited. But most importantly, when I go to clubs and talk to them, it's about that community spirit of seeing their friends, spending time with their community and with their friends, and the bit of banter, again, so important for their mental health and for their physical health, especially after the challenges we've had in sport in the last few years. And the third part of sport that's played a big role in our communities is with our ethnic community. As a third-generation Italian resident of Casey, I speak to my uncles and my dad a lot about how soccer played such a big part in their life, and now it's just part of our community. But we're really fortunate in Casey to have the wonderful Chin community that are creating their own home in our electorate and in the neighbouring electorate of Deakin. And the Chin and the Karen community have come from Burma, and I was excited to be at the 17th anniversary of the Karen Baptist Church on the weekend, but talking to them about soccer. And I know at the Murrabak Soccer Club, where I spent 10 years playing, and I'm fortunate that my son is following in my footsteps, and I think he'll be a lot better than me, which is good for his teammates. But it's nice to see the Chin community creating their own legacy at the Murrabak Soccer Club and other sports clubs as well, because that's what sport does. It brings us together here in Parliament, and it brings us together in our communities of Casey and across the nation. So I commend the member for Right for this wonderful motion.
Thank you.